Mother and her father, also there is Jose Baez, asked a judge not to allow video of Casey's reaction to finding out that human remains were found right near the Anthony home in December, and about photos that her attorney claims are embarrassing. Holly Bristow, following the very latest developments outside the Orange County Courthouse. Holly, a lot going on this afternoon. Take it away for us.
Certainly is, and I think that the biggest announcement to come out of court today is that they're now looking for the jury selection and trial to start in mid-October. In fact, October 12th was stated today as a tentative date for that all to begin. The other big news out of court today, this is the first time that Casey Anthony was able to see her parents since she was arrested for the last time back in October. She has not seen them since Kaylee's remains were found, since she was positively ID'd, or since the funeral. I was sitting just a few rows behind, just a row behind Casey, and was watching her as her parents walked in, and vice versa. Casey turned around, looked at her parents, said hello, smiled. She turned back around. I saw her wiping tears out of her eyes, and she was kind of pulling her hair back behind her ear, and you could tell that her hand was pretty noticeably shaking. The other big thing that we have in court today, those two motions. One was a motion for protective order. Jose Baez, her attorney, does not want the state attorney's office to release hundreds, if not thousands, of pictures that were posted to a couple different photo bucket accounts in Casey Anthony's name. Some of those pictures on that website, we're told, would not make his client look so good in the public eye. The other thing was a stay of release of discovery. Jose Baez asked for the state attorney's office to not release video that was taken of Casey when she found out that a child's remains were found around the corner from her parents' house. For the stay of the release of discovery, the judge decided that Jose Baez, her attorney, needs to look at that video first. Then he'll have 15 days to make a decision if he wants to keep that from getting released to the public. And for the protective order motion, we're waiting on a decision for the judge for that. We'll have much more on all of this coming up on Fox 35 News at 10. For now, live at the courthouse, Holly Bristow, Fox 35 News.
Thanks for the recap. Thank you, Holly. We want to get an expert opinion now on today's court case.
Joining us live from the newsroom is Fox 35 legal analyst Oscar Hodesing, a former judge from Brevard County. And Judge, thanks so much for being with us. If you could, first let's talk about this trial date, October 12th. We just heard Judge Napolitano from New York saying, heck, it could take 4 weeks just to pick a jury in this case. Do you agree it could take that long or maybe longer?
Well, I guess technically it could, but I wouldn't anticipate that, especially if they wind up moving the case, which I would assume, to a different venue. It'll probably be a little bit easier. But I guess anything's possible, but I don't think that would be likely.
Judge Hodesing, if they do move this case, it would be remarkably complex to do that. How feasible would it be to do that, or would they bring a jury from the outside into the Orange County Courthouse?
Usually what happens is the actual trial moves to a different location. So it's happened before. We had a case in Brevard County once, a serial murderer. It was a big deal. So it was moved all the way to Pensacola. And what happens is the judge moves with his staff over there, and they pick a jury from that area.
Judge, you know, there's been a lot of talk about Casey Anthony's appearance throughout this process. We've noticed that she's gained weight. We noticed today that she was wearing, this blue shirt, and you had remarked on that earlier. What do we make of that and the talk about her?
Well, surprising to me was the fact that she was actually dressed for this type of proceeding. That's obviously coming from her attorneys because they want to keep up the image. As far as the weight situation goes, you're away from the stress, and more importantly, you're getting 3 meals a day. And you're sitting down in your cell. There's not really much activity that you can be getting into.
All right, so pretty normal there. All right, Judge Oscar Hodesing, as always, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you very much.
Well, Cindy and George Anthony were also in that courtroom today. This is the first time the Anthonys have attended a hearing for their daughter in several months. Let's recap what you need to know about today's hearing right now.
Yeah, defense attorney Jose Baez asked the judge to block the use of embarrassing photos of Casey. The judge still working to decide that, perhaps in a day or two. Baez also asked the judge to withhold a video of Casey's reaction to hearing news that remains were found right near the Anthony home. Baez has not seen that video himself, so the judge has given him 15 days to view it.